Right guys, so today I want to talk about mindsets and positive affirmations in our heads. There's a few things that we do when we're laid in bed at night time especially. We think about the things we did yesterday, the things we did the day before, the things we did last week. We think about things a year ago when we lay in bed at night time and we can't sleep. And we lay there, we worry ourselves, we give ourselves anxiety of the things we did days or weeks and months ago. There's something we need to understand and really get on the concept of being is, these things cannot be changed. No matter how much you wave a magic wand, however much you ask or pray to the creator of this earth, your own personal God, you cannot change what's happened in the past. This sentence that is now coming out of my mouth has been done. It cannot be changed, no matter how much you worry about it. But as human beings, we have this thing instilled in us which is unnatural called fear. Now, fear was built up over years and years and years from the conditioning from our parenting, from our parents, from the social structures we were in, from the schools, from education teachers. We get built in that you should worry about this. We should care about what other people think. We should always strive to be perfect. Now, what is perfect? Apparently, perfect doesn't exist. So when people talk about imperfections, how can you talk? That can't exist either because it's got nothing to relate to. If perfect doesn't exist, imperfections doesn't exist either. So what you've got to see it as is everyone is absolutely equal to each other. Doesn't matter what colour you are, colour is a segregation of people. It doesn't matter what race you are, again that's a segregation of people too. So I want to just go back to what we said right at the beginning of this about at night time I was laying in bed thinking about the things that we've done in the past. If you could all just take a second and close your eyes, shut your eyes. I want you to think about the worst possible thing you've ever experienced in your life. Absolutely worst possible thing. And I want you to just nod your heads when you've got it. Right, hold that thought. Feel that emotion. Open your eyes again. Right, I want you to close your eyes one more time. Now I want you to think about the most amazing thing that's ever happened, either something in the past or something that's going to happen in the future. It could be your graduation, it could be a brother or sibling being born. Nod when you've got it. Hold that thought, hold that emotion. Open your eyes again. Right, the proof is right there. We have full control over our own minds. There is no two ways about it. We lay there at night and think, I can't stop thinking about this, I can't change this thought, because we dwell on the negative aspects of life. But what you have to do is prove to yourself and take a moment to train your mind and change that thought process to something positive. You've just done it. You've just done it in a split second. So you prove to yourself that you can do it. So when we think about these negative things, it's, like I said, it's all to do with fear. Because we're scared about what people think, we're scared about what's going to happen, we're scared about how many likes we get on Facebook. We even get to a point where we'll click on the likes and look at the people who've liked our pictures. How is this fulfilling any kind of purpose? There's no purpose being filled at all. You need to find a purpose within. Now I'll tell you how we find a purpose within. It comes from a lot of people. It takes a lot of time for some people who have been in darkness, like myself. In my past I've been terrible, I've lied, I've deceived, I've cheated, I've been horrible to people. I've actually met the devil himself because I was the devil to other people, and I was literally surrounded by darkness. Because every single action I made and every single action I did had a negative effect on myself and other people. And I got to a point where I was doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I was going, why does this keep happening? We've all done that, right? Why does this keep happening to me? I don't understand it. I can't grasp the concept of why I keep getting the same result. But it's really, really simple. How can anyone expect to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result? It's insanity, right? It's insanity. You've got to change the way you do things to get a different result. You have to change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. So when we start thinking about darkness and bits and pieces, we have to understand that some people have to go to these really low places to come out to the other side. I mean, a lot of people said to me, how many years did it take you to change? How long did it take you to get rid of all this badness and stop being bad to people and stop lying, deceiving, cheating? And the honest answer, and I'll explain it in a minute, was literally like that. not even overnight, in a split second. The build-up to the change took me 10 years. Took me a long time. The 10 years of doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting something different. It took 10 years for me to get to that moment. But when I got to that moment, I realised something. I apologise, and I do not boycott any religion. You believe in your own God, you believe in your own creators. I believe we have within us all the hells, all the heavens, all the gods and all the devils, because we create our own lives. We create our own lives by the books that we read, the people we meet, the places we see, the affiliations we get involved with, and the things we learn. And what you'll find as well is, you might have a little think to yourself now that over the past, you might have had an ex-girlfriend, or you might have had old friends, and you will do something and you'll think, oh God, so-and-so used to do that. And it's due to the fact that you are a mirror image of your life. You create your life. People, you are a reflection of all your experiences. So this is when you come to your purpose and you start finding your life. When you start understanding these things and stop worrying about the past, you start understanding what really, really makes you happy. An ego is one of the worst things human beings have that they need to shake off. I still have one, but I'm a witness to my ego. So I'll see my ego at work and I'll say, hey, hold on a minute mate, calm down. Because that isn't who I am. An ego is just a representation of the negative mind, because we worry about what we're doing and what we're seeing and what other people think of us. If we're really, really honest, does it really, really matter what other people think of you? As long as you know within yourself you are doing right at that present moment and you're helping people, making people smile, does it matter? Does it really matter what Dave down the street thinks or what Susan in the corner shop thinks? It really doesn't. But we sit at home, in our living rooms, with our family, and we gossip. And we gossip about negative things again. And we're just continually creating negative aspects of our lives. So like the little demonstration I did with you guys earlier, you changed your mindsets. You changed your thought process in a split second. Now, when I first started doing this, I'd think about something negative and then I'd replace it with a positive thought. I'd do a really big breath and I'd replace it with a positive thought. Now, I was doing this 50, 60 times a day, all the time, and it was getting to a point like anything, if you're trying to learn or do anything, it was getting to a point where I was thinking, it just isn't working. But I thought, no, I'll stick at it, so I stuck at it. A month went by, and I realised I was doing this thought changing 20 times a day, from 50 to 20 times a day after about a month, which was great. So I thought, hey, this is powerful, it's starting to work for me, so I carried on doing it. Another 2-3 weeks go by, I'm doing it 5 times a day. And I promise you now I'm at a point when something negative enters my mind, it's literally dissolved before I've even got time to recognise it's even there, to even recognise what my mind is trying to communicate to me. Because I've trained my mindset, I've trained my head, I've trained my thoughts. And anyone can do it. It's the same as going to a gym. It's the same as learning to do something at school, at university. It's like learning maths, it's like learning or training anything. If you stick at it, if you persevere with it, I promise you, it will change your life forever. So I want to talk about, I touched up earlier on purpose. So I want to talk about purpose now. I'm going to use the whiteboard here. So I'm just going to draw a little circle. So this is your purpose. Even if you don't know what it is yet, this is what your purpose is. Everyone in life has a purpose. And it isn't working a 9 till 5, paying your mortgage, going on holiday once or twice a month, and staying in a comfort zone. That doesn't exist. So this is your purpose here. So how do we fulfill this purpose? This is what we need to do every day. This is what we need to change our mindsets to, instead of having selfies all the time or going out doing this with our friends to impress people, we need to concentrate on our purpose, which is our little circle there. So, at the weekends when we've got spare time, or at night time when we've got spare time, night time especially after university, everyone tends to be on the phone. Don't they? Watching Facebook, we can't watch Facebook. Watching Big Brother, for an example. I don't know why I can think of them. There's thousands of X on the beach, Geordie Shore, there's plenty of them, okay? So at night time after university, we take our time up by watching these programmes on Facebook. Instead of actually sitting and maybe doing a little bit of self-work, a little bit of self-help, because the most important thing in life is you, is your happiness. You are the creator of your world, like I've said. So how do we save our purpose? This is how we do it. So at the weekends, when we've got a bit of spare time, tell me, loads of people go out drinking, partying, gossiping. What else? Think about a few things. What else? Is one out of the blue? On a weekend, what do people do?
Watch TV.
Watch TV, yeah, say what they do every week. TV. It's a big one, TV. Facebook. The list goes on. Social media, everything. Now, can you ask me, I want to ask everyone a question, and you at home, everyone. Do any of these things here save a long time happiness? Do any of these things here serve this purpose? If your purpose is to be an artist, if your purpose is to be a singer, if your purpose is to be a photographer, if your purpose is to be a boxer, if your purpose is to be a world changer, a vegan, or you want to learn meditation, you want to learn yoga, you want to learn something that helps yourself, do any of these things here serve that purpose? They don't. So we need to find the things that do serve this purpose. And the main thing to serve this purpose, and the main start, is to start changing the way you think. And your purpose will come to you because you will understand what feeds your happiness. You will understand, you will start to get messages from the universe. Like, you'll do something and you'll go, oh man, this is really fulfilling, I really enjoy this. Do more of it. You're fulfilling your purpose then. Do more of it. Then when you're doing something, this thing you're doing more of, there's something else that'll come across and you go, oh man, if we put that together, we could build on this. I could make a business, I could make a band, I could make a shop with all my drawings and all my pictures in. I could go out and take pictures, I could go see family that I've not seen for a while. This makes me happy internally. You're fulfilling your purpose. All these things here, every last one of them, are short-lived. It's like drugs. People take drugs to feel good, which is kind of like a spiritual idea. Because spirituality is a sense of feeling good within yourself. And when we're not feeling good within ourselves, we do the worst thing in the world, and we tend to source that from external sources, external places, by Facebook, selfies, even, like I said, even drugs, because it gives you, even drinking, it gives you a quick fix. I'm feeling a bit shit. I'll take some drugs, I'll go out drinking, I'll take a picture, get loads of likes. It feeds you, but you continually chase that feed. One picture on Facebook isn't going to make you happy forever. You'll have to take another one. Then you'll have to take another one, and if it doesn't get so many likes, you'll have to change the angle of the picture to try and get more likes, right? You understand what I'm saying? You're continually changing that happiness. When you change your mindset, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Happiness dwells and comes from deep within. It comes from your soul, from the depths of the earth. And the universe, believe it or not, sounds a bit crazy, the universe will conspire to give you what you want. If you're thinking negatively, if I come into, we've all got friends who do this, I come into your kitchen on a weekend, we'll do one of these, we'll do some gossip. I come into your kitchen on a weekend, I've had a bad week, I sit down with you, you make a brew, I go, oh Susan, I've had a shit week. God, my boss did this, my husband's done that, my kids are messing about. Susan is slowly but surely going to start standing there thinking, oh shit, God, she's had a bad. So you are rubbing off your energy, your negative vibrations on other people. Whether you believe it or not, and we don't do it intentionally. Don't think that I'm trying to say, look, all negative people are bad. We do it unintentionally because our mindsets, because of the things we watch, the things we are chasing in life. We're always chasing for this external happiness. And the external happiness is always told to us. It's always, to be happy, you must have the new iPhone. To be happy, you must wear tons of makeup like the Kardashians. You must have a big ass. You must have big breasts. As a man, you should have a six-pack. So people are conditioned and they start thinking, oh, to make myself feel good, I need to do all these things. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Think about it. It really is bullshit. So the thing that we have to do before and foremost, before anything, is save this little black ball of our purpose. Find your purpose. And start by doing that mind change, that mind thought process that I was telling you about. Just one little step. If you want another step, come on my Instagram, positive_connections, message me, and I promise you I will talk to everyone. If you want help and a bit of guidance, I promise you I'll reach out to every last one of you, because love is my currency. Money isn't my currency. Money doesn't make me happy anymore. What people can say to me, Kyle, are you a wealthy man? Well, what do you class as wealth? What do people class as wealth? Having millions of pounds in the bank? I sure don't. I class myself as wealthy because the people around me are happy. I'm happy within myself. I've let go of my past. I've forgiven myself for my past. And I pray every night for the gods or whoever or the universe to pass forgiveness on to the people to forgive me for my tribulations when I was younger and the bad things that I've done. Because forgiveness is a good thing. It's a good release for a human being. So, get round your purpose, ladies and gentlemen. Find your purpose. Honestly, it's the first thing you need to do, and you will find your purpose once you start changing your mindset. So do it 50 times a day, even if it takes 50 times. When you have a negative thought, replace it with something positive. Even if it does your head in, because it'll do your head in, and you will get to a point, like everyone does with a lot of things, where they go, it's just not working. It will work. I promise you it will work. Just persevere with it, keep at it. You can be successful, you are powerful beyond your measure. Every single person on this earth was born exactly the same way, with innocence. We was conditioned to be different. Uncondition yourself. Success isn't a DNA strand. It's the same as addictions and things. People say, oh, he was born that way. No one was born anyway. You was born and you was conditioned through society by your parents, by the things that you see on TV, by the things that you read. Like I said earlier, you are the people you read, the books you read, the people you see, your experiences. And if you really think about that deep, you'll understand that, and you'll maybe take a little grasp and understand exactly what I'm talking about. And I promise you, we'll come back and we'll do some more videos on other things. I want to talk about intuition. I'm going to touch up on associative behaviour. I'm going to touch upon society itself. There's going to be plenty of things we're going to be touching upon over the next few months from this lovely little team I've got here and helping me out. So stay tuned in, positive_connections at Instagram, and my new YouTube channel is just positive_connections. And then come get connected and let's fulfill and find our purpose.